мне вот можешь сколько угодно цифры показывать, которые там где-то будут писать на сайтах. Не то чтобы это надо делить на два информацию, но всегда цифры на сайтах пиздят. Потому что надо продавать товары. Потому что все цифры, которые пишут, это цифры абсолютно идеальных условий.
Revelio.
Я же не просто так сижу, а просто изучаю постоянно.
Revelio.
Тесты на ютубе тоже не особо много чего говорят. Я недавно посмотрел тесты на ютубе, как они, блядь, тестят видеокарту в Таркове. Я, мягко говоря, посмеялся очень сильно. Ты кто?
Potato. Stupid.
С вас можно что-нибудь собрать?
Revelio.
Ладно. Короче говоря, блядь, не будем об этом. Какая-то огромная тварь, которая может вырасти... Ну, больше.
Revelio.
О, а еще кто-то пизды хочет получить. Ебать. Опа. Шкура выпала. Да, это я.
Revelio.
А вот овечек убить нельзя, но их можно весело поднимать.
Levioso. Revelio.
Алло, а забрать? Нет? Не вариант? Ладно.
Accio. Levioso.
Насчет свинок когда-нибудь
Revelio.
мы доживем до того, что мои многоуважаемые дизайнеры найдут свободное время, чтобы сделать и стикер-пак. И на Twitch тоже стикеры.
Revelio.
Опа.
Accio. Potato. Revelio.
Блять.
Stupid. Potato. Incendio.
А! Это который?
Levioso.
Ну
Protego.
чё ты, кого ты, блядь?
Accio.
А чё за секрет убрали?
Revelio.
Да, не помню.
Incendio.
An encampment. This must be it. Looks as if there's more than one way to enter.
Levioso. Accio.
Just you wait till
Incendio.
I'm on solid ground. How childish.
Protego. Levioso.
Это тот, кто...
Revelio.
Покчамп очень старая тема.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Protego.
How many of you are there?
How nice of you to stop by.
Ай-яй-яй.
Incendio. Protego.
Does Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling? You do that. No! I will make you pay.
Levioso. Protego.
Pity, not quite. Lucky, that's all.
Levioso. Incendio.
I won't rest.
Чё, мышь, дядя?
Arms off of me.
Levioso. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Protego.
I'm afraid of heights. You are postponing the inevitable.
Incendio.
Блять. Мама, не бей!
Protego.
Someone been taking out last me.
Accio. Incendio.
That was unimpressive.
Дойди.
Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
Так, надо быстро пособрать говно всякое. Ладно, с этого момента боевка становится немножечко сложнее, чем была. Когда много противников, неприятно.
Accio. Incendio.
That was quite something. Now, to free Arn's cards.
Revelio.
Ну, скажем так, не настолько неприятно, чтобы мне нужны были таланты.
Quite an enchantment. The cards are returning to Arn.
Но это потом. Вау, у них мечи сами точатся.
Levioso.
Здесь нужна Вингардиум Левиоса. Можно? Спасибо. Ну что, я думаю, я скоро уже получу эти...
Place like this.
Ну так...
You're here for my wares.
Мама Уизли, она же один из самых сильных волшебников
I don't know
на
what to
момент Гарри
say.
Поттера.
Any hope I have of getting my belongings back was quickly
Одна из самых
fading.
сильных ведьм.
Ramrock's lot called me a fool for believing in the good in wizard kind. Thank you for proving them wrong.
The ones I faced were determined to make things difficult.
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. Oh, I can't wait to have my things back, especially my paints. You know, you've inspired me. I've been dealing with witches and wizards for years, and we've always got along just fine. Perhaps my next piece will be a tribute to all that is good between us.
Ну, естественно.
What a nice idea, Arn. I wish you luck with it.
Oh, I can't wait to get
Для чего еще
started.
магию использовать,
Thank you
если
again
не
for all you've
для
done.
этого? Если не для дома.
All the best to you.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I...
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
Не
I've
могу
never
сказать.
met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intense.
Вот модно.
But whatever
Блять,
the
я
reason,
ТС
you
купил
were
еще
clearly
когда
in
она
danger.
только
For
вышла.
now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow
А,
are a
вру, у
threat
меня
to both of
предзаказ.
us, to all of us.
Поиграл в нее полчаса.
This is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Sorona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer
Ну,
handle
как
someone
почти во
like
всех
Harlow?
ММО.
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Ну,
Be
это уже
honest,
хреново.
Knight.
Не знаю, мне просто в плане ММО,
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten
мне вот на самом деле хватило БДО. Потому что я докачался до 50, по-моему, 3-го или 4-го уровня, понял, что дальше я просто буду очень сильно душиться и забросил.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi, speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
Students, you can't be so
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
stupefied.
So, what are you doing?
Accio. Incendio. Protego. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. You there, stop!
Что я могу сказать, как бы?
I'm not going anywhere
Ой.
with you.
You'll take this insult.
Levioso. Incendio. Accio.
Ну, когда-нибудь я, может быть, все-таки созрею. Блядь, не ту кнопку.
Tell Rookwood to find me himself. Incendio.
Just wait till I...
Revelio.
Я абсолютно точно хороший волшебник.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
И никому не причиняю вреда.
You were right.
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment.
Вот это я что-то слышал такое.
Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named
Не, ну
Priya.
щит классный.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff. Brilliant potioneer. Has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
Русские сабы? Ну, русские сабы, по-моему, были, не?
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Да, ну, не знаю. Я слишком давно заходил в последний раз. Опять же, на полчаса, поэтому я не помню уже ничего. Понял.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a
Это
little
факт.
secret.
Слишком
No
много
one has yet
ресурсов.
managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet.
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if?
The mallow sweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of mallow sweet with me.
А вот
It's
на самом
just
деле,
over
что
there by my
озвучки,
tent.
я считаю, что такой степ с озвучкой, как переводить только ключевые фразы, даже, в принципе, добавить только ключевые фразы, как в БДО, допустим, то, что ты подходишь к неписью, он тебе скажет какую-нибудь там связку слов, и все, больше нету озвучки. Ну, кроме там еще катсцен. Это типа, ну, такое.
This trunk. Revelio.
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the mallow sweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the mallow sweet on the swell, and we'll see
Согласен.
what happens.
Это я согласен.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is
The flames make the
uncharted
pyre sink.
territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Надо все зажечь.
Incendio.
Я что-то не обратил на них внимания.
Curious. The pyres.
У меня еще и время на это. Немножко Геншина начинается.
Yes, how beautiful.
А локализация может быть классной, как, допустим, у Киберпанка.
I can hardly believe it.
Потому что, опять же, мне вот мой товарищ сказал то, что ему больше нравится, как звучит русская озвучка, нежели английская. Но смысл теряет пиздец. И, кстати говоря, говорят, что да, насчет Ведьмака говорят то, что русская озвучка, в принципе, лучшая озвучка.
Can indeed. However,
Ну,
I now
локализация,
have even
в
more
общем целом.
questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade, should you need more.
Ну,
I really
я
love
уже затронул цену, в принципе,
such a pleasure to
локализации, поэтому
And
про
do
Ведьмака
be
тоже
careful
имеет
out here.
смысл.
Now I've got what I needed. I shall
Revelio.
return to the safety of my notes and books.
Какое еще задание? Это когда ты играл на свече? На боксе. Оригинальный английский. Вообще говорят, что, казалось бы, польская студия, но польская озвучка у них хуже всех вообще. Есть какое-то такое мнение. Я, конечно, не проверял, но слышал. Блять. Сука, вот не самые удобные повороты камеры. Наверное. Если не я дурак. Ну, значит, английский является оригинальным для Ведьмака.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Мне не всегда. Блять, такой клоун сидит, сука, на паре. Все-таки культурный, красивый и клоун.
I hope you're able to take care of it.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice.
Ну, только при изучении заклинания. Но это было бы слишком сильно, если бы надо было во время боя вот эту букву вырисовывать. Это было бы даже как-то грустно. Какой тайный орден?
You should hear Shah talking about
Hey.
Опа,
Gareth.
ключ.
Do you have a moment?
Accio! Leviosa!
А я тебя вижу. Давай, время тебя пиздить. Пиздык. Блять, ну это смешно.
Got it. Revelio.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
А, ну не, я не играл.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise. Fewer explosions.
А, ну давай.
The portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
It's me, Gareth.
Я
Do
же
you
с
have a
ним
moment?
Are
поговорил.
you calling me Gareth?
I was. After you helped me with that Fupa feather and potions, I reckoned you might be just the person I need.
Ладно.
You see, I have an idea for a fizzing Whizbee-inspired beverage, but I'm missing a key ingredient.
You and your concoctions. I don't know how you come up with these things.
It's a gift, truly. So, I suspect the key ingredient in fizzing Whizbees is dried billywig stings. I heard there's a store of them in Honeyduke's cellar. I'd get them myself, but my Aunt Matilda has her eye on me. Thinks I need to focus on potions class for a while, not for my own brews. I was hoping you could follow a secret passage to Honeyduke's cellar and grab a few dried billywig stings for me.
Of course. You never know when you might need a quick means of escape from the castle.
Brilliant, thank you. But you should know that it's not exactly quick. It's the secret bit that's helpful. The passage is hidden behind the statue of a one-eyed witch in the third-floor corridor. Just tap it with your wand and say, Descendium.
I'll see what I can do, Gareth.
Fair enough. You shall be the first one to taste my newest brew if you can be of help. Perhaps I can convince a meat to help me with my potions homework. Get my aunt to loosen her reins a bit.
Так, там
I'll
наверху,
need to get those dried billywig stings
Где
for
там?
Gareth if he's to finish his latest concoction.
вот там наверху что-то есть.
A one-eyed witch statue shouldn't be
Да,
too
пришел.
hard to find. Revelio.
А я здесь бегал? Не бегал? Наверное, еще не бегал.
Incendio. Revelio.
А где же ключ?
Incendio.
Дайте ключ. Вот ключ. Сколько их еще? Наверное, штук 10 надо, да, найти?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Да, есть такое. 9 плюс 7, 16. 8.
Revelio.
Сколько? Естественно. Зачем мне вот эти вот участки земли? Вот интересно. Эх, помогу бедняге.
Reparo.
Говорю, помогу бедняге. А тебе можно помочь, алё, блядь?
Revelio. Reparo.
Посадить сына, вырастить дом и построить дерево. Секунду. Так, пойду сделаю сайд-квест. Хотя... Не, он подождет. Я хочу хотя бы Венгардием Левиафан. Пожалуйста, например.
I've always said that travel is the mind.
Revelio.
Сейчас мы с тобой поговорим. Достаточно большой, чтобы в нем можно было потеряться.
This Daedalian Keys challenge is coming along nicely. You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldritch Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura Recruitment Program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits here more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
I'll do whatever I can.
Wonderful. I am pleased to have been right about you. My great niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great niece can tell you more.
Can you tell me more about your great niece?
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
I shall go and see her right
Эти искрами звучит заманчиво.
With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there soon, I hope.
Так. Хогсмит, наверное, надо, да? Дальше Хогсмита. Но они вообще как бы должны быть все живыми, но некоторые из них по техническим причинам статичны, я бы так сказал.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Мать, люди заспавнились нормально. Я хочу ломать замки. Пожалуйста. Не знаю, мне кажется, что открытие этого сундука выглядит как изнасилование.
In the market for potions, are we? A wise decision. Thank you. Very good. Never hurts to keep my stocks replenished. I hope to see you again.
Карф. Ладно, оденусь я полностью в... Что это такое? В темное искусство полностью хочу. Ну, кроме плаща. Плащ классный. Так, да продать надо тебе.
What can I do for you today?
Продать. Продать.
I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Так, мне здесь что-нибудь вообще еще надо? А, кстати, а вот... Не могу отсюда сюда прийти? Или надо в Хогвартс? Только из Хогвартса надо, понял. Какая жалость.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Колодец с водой. Прекрасно. Я, наверное, еще сегодня пару квестов сделаю сюжетных.
Revelio.
Мне вот интересно даже стало. Можно было пройти квест с еще одним Уизли, который шутник. По-другому, если бы у меня уже были ингредиенты нужные.
Lumos. Accio. Lumos.
О. Гоблинсы.
Levioso. Your Revelio.
Здесь Типа ничего нет.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Что-то интересное.
Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Обойти. Что же это место мне может показать?
If only Professor Fig could have seen that. Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
That I do, but what's a student like yourself doing out here? Got yourself lost, did you?
Just exploring the countryside a bit.
Aye. Nice to break the routine now and then. Bit of a wanderer myself, in fact. Name's Leopold Babcock, and I am indeed here to sell. Now, for someone like yourself who is also prone to wander, I cannot understate the importance of keeping some Wiggenweld potion on hand. I wouldn't dare set foot in a place like the Forbidden Forest without a steady supply. What do you say, my young friend? A measure of safety for the path ahead?
Something to consider. Thank you for your help, Mr. Babcock.
Aye, let me know if you see something you like.
What do you have for sale?
Babcock, да.
See if there's something you need.
Да-да.
I shall hope to do business with you again. That's been a pleasure.
О, котик. О.
Revelio. What seems to be the problem?
You may well ask. I'm convinced I saw a grim, an omen of death. I'm not safe, but if it can't see me, I'll be all right, won't I? All I need is an invisibility potion. Yes.
Да-да.
That's what I need.
Да-да.
I'm afraid I'm all out of invisibility potion. I suggest finding somewhere safe and being especially careful.
Safe. Careful. Yes, that makes sense. And you're sure you don't... No. Very well. Hopefully the Grim, or whatever it has foretold, doesn't get me first.
Где можно сварить зелье? М. М. Класс заклинания не то. М. Класс зельеварения. Прекрасно. Хотя, может, типа из кармана вытащить стол. Я ж колдун. Сейчас надо посмотреть. Инвентарь. Так. Снаряжение. Хуйня какая-то. Лекции. Сторож. Хотя в контроль нужен. Ладно. В другой раз. В другой раз. Сейчас вернусь.
You there? Can you help me? Would you mind helping a poor old witch? If only someone would come to me aid. I would so appreciate a little help. You there? Can you help me? If only someone would come to me aid. I would so appreciate a little help. You there? Can you help me? Would you mind helping a poor old witch?
Или дальше. Бздык. Бздык.
You've one less follower, Ranrock. Revelio.
Я могу здесь что-нибудь украсть, или я просто их убил, чтобы убить? Ладно, насилие ради насилия тоже нормально.
Revelio.
А, то будешь там что есть. по имени Юнон Блэк. Юнон был отпрыском немагической ветви родов Вудов. Родители Магла не понимали его, и в попытке найти себе место он занялся семейным делом. Стриганием живых изгородей. Нормально. Говорят, он мог преображать заросли шиповников одной лишь силой мысли, с легкостью создавая завораживающие зеленые скульптуры. Это восхищало, но в то же время и злило его домочадцев, терпевших колдовства. Их неприязнь только усилилась, когда Юнону прислали приглашение в Хогвартс, где он поступил на Пуффендуй. Именно в стенах Хогвартса Юнон повстречал Артемизию Блэк, полукровку, от которой отреклась родня. Из-за того, что ее мать вступила в связь с Маглом, господи, как же я умею ставить ударение, блядь, в чтении. Вопрос чистоты крови был для Артемизии болезненной темой. Она считала, что достойна девичьей фамилии матери. Что? И в остракизме. Ладно. Не знаю такого слова, надо будет изучить. Которому подвергли родственники. Сейчас я потерял. Она считала, что действительно нужно становиться девичьей фамилии матери. И в остракизме, которому подвергли родственники, винила отца. В то же время она не пеняла Вуду за его магловское происхождение. Артемизия видела в нем такую же, как она, жертву обстоятельств. Блять, как иногда бывает сложно читать умные слова.
Revelio.
А это все, что надо сделать, или здесь? О! Ну, по правой стенке, как учили. Тупик. Не тупик. Тупик. Не тупик. Это вход.
Revelio.
А что я здесь ищу? Сундук я ищу. Угу. О, пиздатые очки. Мое любимое.
Revelio. This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Все-таки вопрос.
Why don't you simply
Как?
leave the area for now?
Молодой волшебник
My home. Baldolf and I grew up here.
может спокойно в соло пиздить опытных, взрослых, состоявшихся
Then we shall decide what to do.
сторонников темной магии
He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that
и не
idea,
умереть при этом.
but perhaps in the end it will help.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard. Revelio.
Как же тут много всего. И замки еще эти ваши.
Bardolf Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolf Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolf, only he's gone missing. Rumor is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolf want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolf may have simply run off?
No. Bardolf's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolf was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Я вижу пещеру,
This
бегу
could
в
prove
пещеру.
dangerous if I'm not careful.
Ой, бать, инфернал.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Revelio.
Так, но я не могу туда войти, потому что нет заклинания. Понимаю. О, волк. Бля, волк. Сюда иди.
Accio. Levioso. Incendio.
Ай.
Accio. Incendio.
I won't go down as easy.
Accio.
О, кабанчик.
Levioso.
Okay, that one hurt. Production.
Accio. Incendio.
Damn you. Production.
Protego. Stupid. Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Revelio.
А, это ХП восстанавливает?
Accio.
Как тебя поймать?
Levioso.
Слышь ты, экспа ходячая, сюда иди. Ладно. Мне туда не попасть.
These rocks. Revelio.
Так, давайте мейн-квесты. Мейн-квесты. Остальное все успеется.
Revelio.
Here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Ты уже дневник нам не писала. Как дела в министерстве? Мы не перестаем думать о тебе и надеемся, что у тебя все хорошо. Думаю, ты обрадуешься, узнав, что мы примирились с твоим решением стать мракоборцем. Даже несмотря на опасности этой профессии. У тебя своя жизнь и свой путь. Ты стоишь на страже мира волшебников, и я горжусь тем, что ты моя сестра. Вот тебе занятная новость. В железнодорожном туннеле неподалеку от города селился тролль. Бедолага скоро на себе узнает, как быстро ездят поезда. С нетерпением жду ответа. Иди, чертополох. Господи, много букв. Давай. Много букв мне впадло читать, честно говоря.
Revelio.
И еще много букв. И еще много букв.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an Aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
What a horrible story. If you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately,
Меня
being a
посадят.
retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted
Смотреть надо, я не помню, ничего
Very
не подпадаю.
student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Ну, вообще, какой-нибудь... Я думаю, 4 трубки должно хватить. Хотя, может и нет. Это надо бы посмотреть. Надо что-то с 6 трубками смотреть.
Can you tell me more about Apollonia?
Чтобы наверняка.
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the Ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her.
Я
Who
сам
could have known
через
he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in
блядь,
Azkaban.
водянку, наверное, минимум
She blamed
двухсекционную
me
тогда
for
надо брать.
proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
А лучше 3-секционку.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no
Good morning,
idea.
Через.
Evidently, he was always
How are you?
restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Azkaban. А мне расскажут про патрон сейчас?
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. Do keep your wits about you.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty dementors. Not even I could convince the ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Wow.
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you.
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you so little of what you should know all.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
What is that I hear? Perhaps death, in all its mercy, approaches.
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggy Field.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? Near Upper Hogsfield?
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield? I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Ellen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
Вот эта крыша поехала, да.
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
But Madam Thistlewood, all right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. I should investigate. Revelio. Lumos. This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages. Lumos.
Угу. Куча ящиков.
Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Accio.
А, да?
Eight legs is simply too... Accio. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw? Accio. I see how this goes. Accio. No, that's not it. You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind? Revelio.
Моя дорогая Анна, ты умница, тебе удалось разгадать мою загадку. Мы с тобой схожи мыслим. И лишь с тобой могу разделить свои приключения. Приходи на опушку запретного леса, как только сможешь. Я покажу тебе картину, о которой говорил. Понятия не имею, куда она ведет. Я обнаружил ее на страницах, вырванных Пивзом из спрятанной книги. Похоже, никто их больше не видел. Не знаю, что меня ждет, но я буду рад разделить этот путь с тобой. Это лишь начало. Ричард. П.С. Я ужасно рад, что нашла это письмо. В противном случае мне бы пришлось отправиться сюда в одиночку, а это было бы далеко не так интересно.
Note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all? This looks intriguing.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves. And then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best of her in the end. Dare I ask?
Сказал бы.
How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. Why didn't you exonerate her?
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember.
Нормально.
Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.